I'm going to talk today about income protection policies. Now, critical illness insurance and income protection are often confused, but they're actually very different. I talked about critical illness cover in a previous hints and tips. It pays a one-off lump sum on diagnosis of a nasty illness. The main causes of claims are heart attack, cancer and stroke. And it's like life insurance, which pays out if they save you. Income protection sort of does what it says on the tin and protects your income if you can't work. You could call it private sick pay. It's one of the most important of the types of protection policy which we can arrange, but it can be complicated and expensive, so it's also one of the least sold or recommended. Only around 5% of us apparently have an income protection policy. As the name suggests, these policies pay a regular weekly or monthly amount once you've been unable to work for a period of time, and that's called the deferred period, and that can be anything from a week to 6 months or even a year. The shorter the period, the more expensive the premium. If you work for yourself and can only fend for yourself until your savings run out, a shorter period might be worth paying the extra for. If you're a civil servant, for instance, you might be on full pay for up to 6 months and not need anything extra until then. And many a big boss will have in their contract that they're going to be paid for a year if they're ill. Now, you can set the plan up to pay out for just a limited period of a year, let's say, or to carry on paying right through to retirement age if you're unfortunately never able to work again. You can index link the amount you pay and or receive. And there are different definitions too of being unable to work, from the cheaper unable to do anything to the more expensive unable to do your normal job. The cost will usually depend on a combination of all these factors and what you do for a living. If your job is sitting in an office or at a computer, you'll need a lot more wrong with you to stop you working than if you were, say, a pilot, where you'd need to be in tip-top health all the time. So you can see what I mean when I say it's complicated. The main causes for claims, interestingly, on income protection policies are bad backs and stress, depression or other mental illnesses. So if you've had a history of either of those things, expect to be either turned down, have an exclusion added, or to pay more. Otherwise, if you're employed, I would suggest you check your contract of employment to find out just how long you'll be paid for if you're off sick. You might be unpleasantly surprised.